Hey everyone, I hope you're all having a great event. It's been a blast talking to all of you. If I haven't talked to you yet, please come by to the booth after my talk. I'd love to talk to you more and explain to you in more detail how you can use Walrus to build the products you want to build. For those of you who don't know, I'm Daniel. I'm on the developer relations teams at Miston Labs, the team behind Walrus. And my job, there's three parts to my job. The first part is making sure you guys understand the mission and the mission at Miston Labs. Like you understand what we're building and why. And then next is to understand how to use our technology to your benefit. We're building this for you guys, so it's important that you understand why you want to use it. And third, once you have your vision, you start building. My team and I will be there along the front lines to make sure that if you're blocked with technical issues or you need guidance, we'll be there to support. And today, I'm going to be going over why we built Walrus, what is Walrus, and how you can start using it to build the products you want. So currently, Web3, we have two decentralized components. We have value. We have decentralized value, which was introduced with Bitcoin. So we can transfer money from one person to another without relying on any intermediaries. And Ethereum introduced the decentralized logic. So we have smart contracts that allow us to add business logic in a shared environment that anyone has access to. But there's a big elephant or walrus in the room, which is, where's the data? There is a huge component that is missing from this decentralized stack, and that's what Walrus is meant to fill. We're seeing this again and again. So you're only decentralized on paper if you use smart contracts, but then rely on centralized servers for hosting your site or databases/APIs. And this is the case with majority of Web3 today, is that there's still a huge reliance on centralized data. We all are aware of like the Cloudflare outage right now, or last month we had the AWS outage where it affected both Web3 and Web2 apps. And what's the point of using a DeFi application if as soon as Vercel's hosting server goes down, I lose access to my funds? Yeah, then there's no point of using smart contracts. I'd rather you host it somewhere that I can actually use my data. So we're trying to fix this at Walrus. We're trying to complete the story that started with Web3. We traveled from all over the world to come here because we believe in the Web3 mission. We believe that we're trying to build an internet that empowers people and is decentralized by nature. So the Web3 story started with Bitcoin in 2009, where Bitcoin introduced trustless value or trustless money. And for the first time, we were able to send money from anywhere to anyone at any time. And this was able to be done in a peer-to-peer nature without any intermediary. And this basically revolutionized the world. It gave global and open access to anyone that wanted to be included in this economy. And then next, we had Ethereum in 2015 introduce smart contracts. And the smart contracts introduced trustless logic. So we added value on chain, and now we have business logic on chain. So you can have any sort of logic, like anything that enables functionality on chain. So this is where we get DAOs with governance. We have DeFi. We have tokenization. We have all kinds of things. And this was a radical change and improvement to this trustless environment. But like I said earlier, this is not the entire stack. There's still a piece missing, and that is the data. And this is where Walrus comes in. We believe that Walrus is the third chapter to the Web3 story, and we think it completes the vision by providing this trustless data. So not only is value and logic on chain, but with Walrus now data is too. So essentially, data becomes a new asset class. So Bitcoin made value, being able to digitize value, and Ethereum added logic to that, and now we're adding data. So for the first time, data is now an on-chain asset that you can use, tokenized storage, or control, smart contract control over your uploaded data. Like this is all possible now with Walrus. So, what is Walrus to begin with? Walrus is a decentralized storage network. And at a fundamental level, we provide storage. And we're not the only people that do this, but there's a few things that make us different and might make us better for your use case. The first thing is we have a huge priority on verifiability. So, you can verify and you have integrity that the data that you upload to Walrus is authentic and you can prove that. So especially now in the AI era, it's easier than ever to like produce fake content as well as like tamper with people's content. So Walrus provides tamper proof authentic data storage. And it's reliable as well. This isn't on here, but 2/3 of the network can go down before you lose your data. So it's highly reliable. And we also have an ownership layer, which is really cool, which we don't see with other decentralized storage networks. Typically on other networks, you upload it and that's kind of it. And you can send a link to a smart contract, but there's no other aspect to it. But on Walrus, everything you upload is associated with a blockchain account or some sort of on-chain resource. So there's ownership involved. So it's not just I upload, I'm done. I'm uploading. I can control when I delete it. I can control how long it's going to be in the network for, and I could give that access to someone else or share it among a community. Everything is we support privacy as well. So everything uploaded by default is public, but users are able to encrypt data beforehand, which you can do on other networks. But the biggest differentiator with Walrus is the access control with the privacy. So if you were to encrypt something and upload it to another network, if you want people to have access to it, you have to somehow create a access control system. And typically this is done off chain and in some sort of centralized manner. So we're bringing this on chain by allowing you to control who has access to your data with smart contracts. So you can token gate your content. You can make it time based. You could do whatever you want. Whatever the limits are on the smart contract side now with Walrus. So you can do much more with your data. And underlying all of this is the programmability. At the end of the day, we are building a network even though others exist because we see a big disconnect between the data and the logic. There is no easy way, no native or decentralized way to connect the two. Typically, there's just like a link of the content addressed, which doesn't provide much. And any middleware that's built is probably centralized or another system that you need to trust. So everything on Walrus is programmable. It's controlled via smart contracts and it's chain agnostic. Anyone on any chain or no chain at all can build and upload data with Walrus. It felt like we've been here a while, but we've actually been launched less than a year ago. We've been around, I think, 7 months, but we already have an incredible ecosystem full of partners that are building with Walrus. And I'm really impressed with all of the applications we see today. There's tons of verticals. Data itself is pretty simple and straightforward, but it's crucial to most verticals. So we are seeing lots of unique and diverse use cases. More specifically, we're working with over 200 partners, and that's going to keep increasing. And like I said, it's in multiple verticals. We have AI and data. There's companies that we're working with that are storing their models on Walrus as well as their training data. So for the first time, we're seeing like AI agents and stuff like that. We have a lot of media and entertainment partners that are storing all of their NFT data on Walrus as well as archival data. We're working with a few news outlets to archive the news articles and things, so it's censorship resistant and always available despite any outages or anything like that. We're working with a lot of infra, which varies in use case. We have supply chain data on Walrus. We have cross-chain data that's stored. We have a few different blockchains that are using Walrus for chain archival data. And the cool thing is any chain can use Walrus for this. Yeah, so this is really cool. But to reiterate, the whole point of Walrus is to bring data to the decentralized stack. We have logic, we have value, and now we have data with Walrus. So for the first time ever, it is now possible to build your most used and favorite Web2 apps, but actually on decentralized infrastructure. So they empower the people, not the companies that are siloing everything. So it now is possible for the first time to build the next Netflix, Spotify, or even OpenAI, but on chain. Yeah, and I wanted just to end with an example of a partner that we're working with called Qudis. You may be familiar with like smart rings like Aura or like Apple Watches or any sort of other smart fit technology that will track all of your health data and give you insights and whatnot. The biggest issue with these companies is you're typically paying them to track your data. And while they provide you a service, on the other side, they're most likely monetizing your data without your complete say. Like you may have the ability to request they delete the data, but if you wanted maybe to migrate to a new piece of hardware or you wanted to share your data with your doctor or whatever it may be, that's basically not possible. It's not, yeah. But Kudis is flipping the script on this. So it's the first AI empowered smart ring, but it's on chain. So you own your data. Just to show you, like Kudis is the teams from all over in both Web 2 and Web 3 companies, and it's backed by some really serious projects. And we're really happy to work with them. And this is some like features we see that they're providing right now. And this is just to reiterate what I was saying. You can track your data just like you would on any other smart fit hardware. But the difference is that data goes straight into your account. So it's not managed by Kudis. And if you do choose to monetize your data, all that revenue is going to go straight back to you. It's not going to go through Kudis and they'll give you a chunk if you're lucky. It's your data, so it's your revenue. So this is just one example of how Walrus can revolutionize the market by actually allowing you to build full stack applications on chain. So again, just to reiterate, Walrus completes the Web3 mission. We started with trustless money with Bitcoin. We moved to trustless logic, but we were missing trustless data. And this is where Walrus comes in. So with all of these three together, for the first time, you're able to build products that you wouldn't have been able to build before. So I highly recommend you learning more. This link will take you to our resources. And I also highly recommend you coming over to our booth if you haven't already. I'd love to talk to you more and show you how Walrus can be used with your specific use case. Thank you.